uh, all right, everyone. Welcome to episode 9. That's right, episode 9 of Talking Shit with your co-host and host, Chavez and Dukes. And where is that motherfucker? Keep trying to get him in here. Let's go, buddy. Let's get in here. I can't. Maybe I'll send him another invite. Let's give him another invite. This should probably work. Let's get into it. Where is this guy? Come on. Accept. That's weird. Why is he having so much trouble? I don't know what's going on. He's supposed to be... I don't know. Let me just invite him again. Sorry, guys. Shit kind of takes time. Tom Duke's unable to join. It says... Let's say it says... Can't join. I don't know. Send. Let's try again. Let's get him this time. Let's get him. Again. Yo, Tommy, if you could hear. Oh, there he is. You son of a bee sting. Where you at? I can't see your beautiful face.
Hang on a second.
Huh?
There it is.
Fuck, there he is. Hey. Oh, let me shut my AC off. This shit is too loud. Can't wait till they invent a noiseless one. You think that'll ever happen?
No, never. How can you hear me?
Huh?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Am I muffled?
Not as bad as last time. Let me get this in a little bit of a better spot. Oh, wait, I don't like that spot. Oh, I don't like that spot. What the hell? I don't really like this spot that I'm in. Let me push back a little bit. Oh, okay. That might be a little bit better. I don't know. Let's see. Let's go up here, maybe. Oh, no, I don't like that either. Wow. I'm all over the place.
Testicle difficulty.
Testicles. All right, we'll just have to go with that. Maybe I'll sit a little closer. All right, I don't know. All right. Let me turn my headphones on. All right. Okay. All right. It took a few. We got it through. We made it through. Scooby-Doo.
Good.
I think I'm good. Just trying to... I have this like weird... Success. All right, Dukes.
Man.
What's good, man? How's everything out in the world of Chattanoogs?
Man, it's same old shit. I'm getting all kinds of distortion now.
Distortion. I don't hear it. I don't hear it.
In my headphone.
I would say go straight into your phone and lose the mic, maybe. Just use the mic on your headphones.
Let's see. All right, is that better?
Oh, hell yeah. That's like I would say 75% better.
Really?
Yeah.
I guess that mic is just ass.
Yeah. Time for an upgrade, I suppose.
How is it now?
Better.
Better? Okay.
Yeah. Now you sound like you're doing some ASMR. Can you whisper something in my ear? Can you eat a Dungeness crab with chili oil, please? I went right for the mukbang. I was like, mukbang.
Yeah, mukbang.
Yo, I enjoy me some good mukbang. That's for sure.
I've seen just something real brief. I thought it was pretty gross, actually.
Man, that's saying a lot because let me tell you, man. I first of all, let's just play it cool real quick and let people know that I do not watch mukbangs that men do. I only watch the ones that women do because they're a whole lot sexier about it. And I'm a mouth person, so if she got some straight white pearlies and she's saucy, you know what I mean? I'm down to watch. You know, no disrespect to my lady. I love you, but like I'm down to watch. You know, it's not cheating. You know, I'm just on there looking at mouths, hearing really like moist and lip smacking noises. And if she looks good, I mean, I'm a winner. You know what I mean?
Winner, chicken dinner.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't have anything else to do really than to watch pretty women, shove food in their mouth and make it sexy. You know what I mean? Some people like feet. I don't know.
A little foot action, a little foot fuck.
I wish my feet were pretty. Otherwise, I'd have an OnlyFans.
I don't know, dude. What if you got a foot fungus? You know what I mean?
I mean, there's sprays for that, right?
Yeah. There's also some creams.
Yes, creams too. Look, I got a problem with cream. I got a problem with creams and feet creams and stuff on my feet. It's just then when you put socks on, now it's all creamy. You got creamy sockage syndrome.
You don't want no creamy sock.
No,
action.
it doesn't even
that'll ruin your night.
It doesn't even sound good. You know?
No, that's like swamp foot.
Yeah. I mean, there's some diseases out there that have like cool names that you're like, well, if I had this, it wouldn't be that bad. It's got a cool name. Like chlamydia is a beautiful word. You know what I mean? You know?
Gonorrhea sounds pretty exotic.
Gonorrhea sounds like it came from like Persia. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, did you,
she's like the princess of something.
Yeah.
But you don't want to know what she's the princess of.
No, she really does hate her family. Like, you know, she doesn't want to be there, but she's like, fuck, I'm born into this. All right, I'll rule for like a decade, you know?
Yeah, why not?
It's, you know what, man, to each his own. We were just talking about, my life isn't as complicated or as exciting as some people may think, because I do a lot of stuff, you know, but I do put in time to really like vibe with my community. It sounds like a horse ridden like pile of dog duty, but it really is true. I hit my local bodega up. I'm like the guy from Cheers, you know, Norm. He's like, Norm, and I'm there, Chavez. And then I hit up the pizzeria. Those are the two spots that I go to show a little community love. And I'll tell you what, man, I fucking love it. It's like, you know, it really is something I love doing. But, you know, for the most part, I mean, what else am I going to do? You know what I mean? Like, I'm just out here. You know, I'm out here watching mukbangs. I'm reacting to I'm reacting to silly people on the internet. You know, I just
looking for foot cream in the bodega.
Yeah, we don't want no creamy sock syndrome. You know, I mean, that's just, you know, hold off on that. You know,
get the spray.
The spray is just fine. The spray is fine.
We can all use a little spray. You know what I mean?
Listen, a man, and I'm not trying to get flack for sexism, but a man should have, and it goes for gay men too, because I know a lot of gay men that have these products. Look, if you are a guy who cares about what he looks like, what he smells like, and how he physically looks as far as his body, you know, right now I need to hit the gym, so I'm slacking on that. But you have things that like sprays are for every man. There's nothing like a good spray. You know what I mean? Like,
you're telling me.
I would rather spray something on my body than to rub some kind of oil, liquid, or cream on it, to be honest.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Definitely. I don't want to be all slick.
I mean, I remember the day that I switched to Dove spray deodorant. I was like, wow. This spray is amazing. You know,
is the spray holds up though?
Yo,
for deodorant wise,
Dukes, this shit is phenomenal. But notice I said Dove. Now I've tried Degree.
No, I use Dove, but I use the roll.
See, I'm not
Dove.
I'm not mad at the roll-ons, and I'm not even mad at the white bars, like the ones that are like flat and powdery. But I'm not. Listen, I'm not mad at it. They work just fine. I just would rather just spray. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it doesn't leave
messy.
And it doesn't leave any residue. Dove, I'll take a sponsorship whenever you're ready.
Yeah, me too.
We'll take a sponsorship. But yeah, the spray works phenomenal. The roll-on is really good. I actually like the roll-on. I used to carry the little guys with me everywhere I went, you know, the travel size. They're about I'd say about 3.5 inches I guess tall or whatever, or big. About 3 inches shorter than what mine is, something like that. And yeah, I like them. I like them. I don't typically. I have so many of them because I realized that like the spray was so much better, and I really enjoyed the spray. But yeah, all men I really do believe could potentially have a ton of sprays. I mean, sprays for their hair, sprays for their beard. I use beard oils. But I do have some that spray. I do have some oils that spray, and it's. I mean, where in the world am I living where that we could just spray oil on our beard? I mean, this is phenomenal.
I don't know. I've tried a little bit of beard oil when I had a thicker beard a long time ago, and it just, I don't know.
This thing right here with a little bit of oil. This is a good one. This was actually given to me as a gift from a good friend of mine. Shout out to Danny Palmares, having her second kid. She's fucking amazing. We've been friends since college. I actually have a college friend. I never thought I'd be able to say that. Like, oh, a friend from college. But like, she gave me this, and it came with like a wooden, like a comb. It's phenomenal. Now, this thing right here, if you got something about this size, honestly, you might even have a little bit of like ashy skin, or maybe like just from not keeping it hydrated, but this will also itch the shit out of your chin. And it really does lock it in. Look at that, man. It fucking, now I feel like I got like a nice squared off edge right here, so it's good.
Yeah, look at that.
It's good for edging. Yeah, before it was like all fucking lopsided. I think I was taking a little nap earlier. But anyway,
it was half cocked.
Dude, I've been trying to sleep a little better. Oh, by the way, I started eating better. You know, the other day, Dukes, I don't know how well you eat. I'm gonna assume that you're just like any other 45-year-old man. You kind of try to watch what you eat. But I had like a Big Mac meal that was offered to me by another colleague of mine. I said, I'm going out. Do you want something from Mickey D's? And I said, what? I said, you're going to Mickey D's? I go, oh shit, man. I would love to get a Big Mac meal. Now, mind you, I did not know what was going to come of my day after this Big Mac #1 with a medium Coke and fries, right? I just fully did not enjoy it. First of all, I thought I was, but I didn't. And then secondly, I felt like shit afterwards. Like, I mean, not even like a little shit. I felt gross. You know what I mean? Felt gross. Yeah. And I got to tell you, it was simply mind and eye opening, because I just started eating healthy. Now tonight I'm having a light pasta dish. It's got garlic and olive oil and a little bit of broccoli, but I feel so much better. And I was told by the doctor, do not eat carbs late. So I'm going to hold off eating the rest for tomorrow, but it is only 7. So, you know, maybe I'll do a little running. I'll do a little running in place. You know what I mean? Maybe masturbate a little harder tonight, you know, something like that. I don't know.
Get some of them carbs off.
Gotta get the heart rate up, you know. The heart rate is what matters.
Get that blood pumping.
Yeah. Heart rate, blood pumping, and good circulation. That's where it's at.
It is. It is. You got poor circulation.
I'm no expert, but you know, seems like the right thing to do.
Yeah.
So Tommy,
I haven't had McDonald's in like, oh my god, it's got to be like 10 years.
You motherfucker! Why do you got to bring that up? Now I feel shitty that I had it, man. Damn motherfucker. Yeah. Well, but have you had any other fast food like that?
Yeah. No, I've had Burger King, and not lately I had Burger King, but before that I used to have like Chick-fil-A and Taco Bell. But I got so sick from McDonald's, man. I never ate there again.
Yeah, I can't imagine. Honestly, I can't imagine ever having another Big Mac in my life. I think I'm gonna go the rest of my life without ever enjoying another goddamn thing from Mickey. I'm sorry, Mickey D's, man. Your days are over unless you give me a sponsorship, then or us.
You know what though? What I will say about it, that their breakfast is safe.
Their breakfast still is spot on. I can agree with that completely. I've had their hash browns and their folded scrambled eggs. And don't ever forget that to be fair, their egg McMuffins are banging.
Yeah, I could do breakfast, but and their French fries, but I'm not eating no meat from there. No.
You mean squirrel? No. You mean squirrel, right? Squirrel,
horse, whatever the fuck, giraffe, whatever the fuck they got going on.
I'd hate to think that they're killing giraffes just for McDonald's food.
Who knows?
Is that illegal? It's got to be illegal.
I don't know. It could be fucking rat.
It's probably what do they say? Nutria. I think it's Nutria is one. Do you know? Nutria. Do you know what Nutria is?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the biggest water rat I've ever seen.
But they have them. They have them by me. My brother actually had one come up to him. Yeah, it was pretty weird.
Are they friendly?
No, they got big fucking teeth, and like he said, it was like hissing at him.
No.
Yeah.
I would have shit my fucking. I would have shit myself. Yeah. It's bad enough. It's bad enough that the rats in fucking New York City look a little cat-like, but in size that is. But like Jesus Christ, yeah. I once saw a rat in the fucking subway station, and I swear to God, it was nowhere near me. It was nowhere near me. It literally was on the tracks, and this motherfucker was huge, Dukes. It was fucking huge. I'm not even exaggerating when I say and inflect the way I want huge to sound. Just imagine like a normal house cat. Like, right, this is like a normal tabby house cat. This fucking rat disappeared right before my eyes into the world's smallest hole in the wall. And I was like, what the fuck is inside of your body that makes you able to squeeze through that? Like, and he knew, he knew that he was going to fit. He knew that he was going to fit. And that's the crazy part. And again, far away as fuck this thing was, but I was a little petrified. I was like, oh my God, that means this thing could come out of nowhere. And then on top of it, I already follow on Instagram Subway Creatures, and Subway Creatures has a plethora of videos of rats climbing onto people who are sleeping in the train. And those motherfuckers are just like, I mean, these things carry diseases. They're disgusting.
Oh, yeah.
And this guy is one of these guys who was just mouth open, sleeping with his mouth open, you know? And this rat is like poking his nose into his mouth. And I'm like, this is gross. There's no fucking Listerine that is going to make me feel that didn't happen. You know?
No.
It's fucking gross. No. And believe it or not, those rats that I see on, they're not as big as the one that I see. That motherfucker was like Splinter from the fucking Ninja Turtles.
It probably was.
Trying to fucking find Zen. I don't know. So, Tommy, let's get into it, man. So our discussions tonight are very, very complex and very widely discussed, and oftentimes experienced multiple times with people. But we got to get into it because it is super important to get content, conversation by two guys that probably know nothing about the subject. I think it's fantastic. but I think it's important that we talk about relationships and marriage and dating in the 2023 and how it is circumstantially different, how marriage could possibly be an institution not recognized anymore by a lot of individuals, and just the oddities and the informalities of dating somebody, especially in 2023, and what age and the ages involved are so appetizingly interesting, you know. And I think, Tommy, we could both speak on these things because, you know, you don't have to have a doctorate to really understand relationships. I think they're all about experience. And I think you and I alone, as I am a divorced man and you are somebody that was involved in a long relationship and have recently, I don't know if recently that's the right word, but you have been released from this portion of your life. Excommunicated. And you know what I gotta say? This is what I gotta say. All you need is experience to talk about it. And I certainly hope that our viewers, and if there are any, I don't see any yet, but all right, doesn't matter. We're still very new, but I'm sure everyone can chime in on this. I don't know anybody that hasn't had a relationship with another human being that didn't have any negativity or some kind of outcome that didn't represent a positive vibe or something good. So I mean, let's start with dating. Let's start with just getting out there. Now I know that people who are dating that are 19 or 18 or in their late teens, early 20s versus someone who's dating in their 30s versus someone who's dating in their 40s and over could be represented very differently, especially nowadays. What do you think, Tommy?
Oh yeah, it's a totally different ball game now.
Yeah.
I mean, 2023, you know, if you're a man meeting a woman, now you gotta find out if she has a penis. First of all,
that's important.
That's the crazy shit that's going on nowadays.
Yeah.
But other than that, you know, between social media, you know, has, I want to say kind of like the only word I could think of is brainwashed.
Yeah.
A lot of younger women to think that they're the guy that they need basically needs to have a certain amount of
incoming funds.
Yeah, a certain amount of money, has to, you know, just the expectations of, you know, you have to be this tall, you have to make this much money, you know, have to have this many cars, or, you know, and it's really just destroyed a whole generation.
I agree.
Of people with unrealistic expectations.
I think that's the number one thing that should be highlighted in today's combo is unrealistic expectations. You know, when you meet somebody, and I just said this very recently. As a matter of fact, I've been saying it probably since 2016 because you know, it ended, which was a marriage that I was in that involved a 5-year marriage and an 11-year relationship. And I always say, lay your cards out on the table. Whatever who you are, just put your cards face up and say, this is who I am. And I can guarantee this. This is what I can guarantee. And there are really no guarantees in life, right? But I guarantee this. You lay your cards on the table. You tell that person your past, tell them your present, and then you tell them what you want your future to look like. If you did that, not only will that person will respect you for it, but if they're not interested, and this is not the aisle that they wanted to turn down in said supermarket, then they're free to go. And you could just say, okay, I guess, you know, the things that I said, that's not something that you were inclined to be a part of. And I think it's better that way. Like I went on a date, you know, Tommy, I hardly tell this story, but now I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it because, I mean, why shouldn't I tell this story? I think it's a phenomenal story. So
I want to hear it.
There is a small window of time after my divorce where I was dating, you know, and then I got into a 2-year relationship, then I got into a 1-month relationship, and now I'm in the relationship that I'm in now. But I went on a couple of dates. One date was this really very overweight, pretty girl, very overweight lawyer or paralegal or something like that. And we went on a date. Now, don't get me wrong. I mean, I'm not into fat chicks, you know, but I mean, I wasn't rude, and it's not her fault that she's fat unless she is a binge eater. But I do not believe being overweight and obese is hereditary. I think that just happens if you don't take care of yourself. However, this is not the story, but I'm starting off with this one. So we both had a drink. I thought we had some pretty good conversation. And at the end of the day, I said, hey, it's getting a little late. I don't want to keep you. You want to try this again another day? She's like, you know what? I'm okay. I'm good. And I was like, wait, you're saying no to me?
Oh,
I was like, you're saying, I mean, that I'm not trying to be conceited or self-centered.
No, I
I'm just like, I'm like, wait a minute, whoa. You're not interested in me? Not for nothing, but like, you're not today's catch either. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I'm not saying because she was fat, but she was plain as toast. And it just was, she didn't. Now, if you didn't like me from the beginning, that's cool. You could have said something, because I would have said something if I didn't like her from the beginning. I would have been like, hey, listen, man, I'm sorry. But like, I didn't think my conversation was off. Anyway, that's an old story. That's a bullshit one. Here's a juicy story. So this was after that date. It was actually about, I'd say 2 weeks after it. I'm on, I believe it was Hinge, and I met this person. Notice I said person.
Oh, you say person. Uh-oh.
I notice I said person, but I'm even though that's a really big insinuation to something, let me just tell you how it went. This is how it went. I'm scrolling, I see this very attractive person. Now, I can also tell that there was a lot of filters, and they used like professional pictures. I almost thought it was a fake person. But then we were messaging each other. Everything was going great. Then they decided to, say, hey, do you want to like give each other our numbers, and we'll FaceTime. This way it'll be real. And I'm like, wow, this is great. She wants to do this for real. I was like, amazing and very attractive, really attractive. I'm being very, I want to be really harsh with this world. Very attractive, right? So we met on Austin Street in Forest Hills. I kind of like that area. It's a date spot because it's not really where my neighborhood is, and that's okay. And I don't really like to date. I mean, I could have gone to Bell Boulevard, which is close, but anyway, irrelevant. So we meet, and she was taller than me, and I was like, "Oh my God, you're tall." And she's like, "Yeah, it was in my profile," and I was like, "Yeah."
I don't read that shit.
I didn't read it. I didn't read it. Dukes, I didn't read it. And I
believe you. Most people don't.
Shame on me, because this is what happened.
You got to read the fine print too.
Yeah, I mean, I needed a lawyer to fucking do this, right? So I'm like, oh man, I'm so much shorter than you. I guess 5'10", 5'9", 5'10", really. And there's a 5'10" female science teacher in my building who never looks that tall next to me. She's legit. Like, I stand next to her and I feel like I'm her size. But this person was very tall. So no worries. I'm not jaded by height. You know what I mean? I give a fuck. You know what I mean? I'm who I am. Whatever. So we go inside and we sit down. And I'm like, can I get you a drink? Can I offer you the first drink? I'm a gentleman. I have a lot of charm. I know that. I've been told that. But I was like, can I buy the first drink? And they made a joke. She goes, well, I was expecting to buy all of them. And I said, fair. And you know what? So I was like, today is your lucky day. And she was like, well, wonderful. So right away, and you shouldn't assume, I thought she was going to say, let me get a glass of like Prosecco or white wine or something like that. She goes, I would love a cold beer. I said, is there any other way to have it? She's like, touche. Conversation was fire. You know what I mean? And I said, okay, let me know what you like. And I'll run over to the bar and I'll grab it. Cause we were at like a little stool area that we weren't at a table. So she was a Heineken person, which I didn't care for. I was like, oh, you drink Heineken? She was like, yes, papi, I'm Spanish. And I'm like, yeah, but don't they drink Corona? And she didn't like that comment. They didn't like that comment. Because I enjoy Modelo, actually. If I'm going to drink any Mexican beer, I like Modelo.
There you go.
So anyway, we're chatting. And again, fire conversation, right? It's a fire conversation. I am still about I'm still about getting my dick sucked later. I'm still about, putting it in a much wetter hole than they had. And Vanessa, I was trying to remember her name this whole time. Vanessa goes, you really are who you say you are, which I was delighted because I was like, man, I'm living up to my little motto in life. And that's to, put everything up front. She goes, you really say who you are. It's great. She's like, I love that that you're a teacher. And then I should compliment. She goes, I'm just so surprised. She's like, I didn't think you would go for a girl like me. And I was like, why? I was like, what do you mean a girl like you? You're pretty. You're a fantastic conversationist. Like you say smart things. You sound educated. You dress well. You don't smell bad. And then she goes,
that's always a plus.
oh my God, this was so embarrassing for me, but like I played it off very cool. I go, yeah, there's not really much, there's really not much left to, and these aren't just compliments. I was saying this to them. I said, I'm not just complimenting you. I'm telling you what I know about you from our messages to our FaceTimes to our first date. And she goes, well, you do know that I'm trans, right? And I looked at her, I looked up and I was like, wait, you're, she goes, don't do it. And I was like, no, I know. That's why I stopped myself. I said, so you were a male prior to tonight? And she goes, well, prior to a lot of nights. And I was like, and I laughed and I go, wow. She goes, see, you didn't even read my profile. And I was like, I know. She's like, why? She's like, why didn't you read it? She was kind of like getting like a little mad. And I go, please don't be mad. I was like, please don't be mad. I'm sorry. I was like, I genuinely am sorry. I go, I take full response. I'm a dick. And she goes, are you okay with that? And I go, oh, you know what, man? I don't want to be rude, but I don't know if I can say yes. I don't know if I can. I don't
That's
know
not being rude.
I said, look, you're gorgeous. Fuck the last 3 minutes of this conversation, and I would have taken you home. But like, I don't know if I can have another penis in a room. And she's like, that's fair. She's like, but I really think in the future you should read the comments. And I mean, and the profiles. And I was like, I will, I promise. And I go, so I said the right thing, Tommy. I was like, does the date have to end? And she's like, well, don't you want it to? And I go, no, you're a cool person. I go,
you're pretty cool, bro.
I was like, not, yeah. I was like, you're still a fucking cool person. I just can't have sex with you. And she was like, okay. I go, let's get another beer and just chill. And she goes, I like that idea. And I was like, are you like, we could even hang. I was like, but I can't be intimate. I can't be intimate with you. I just don't have that fortitude. I don't have that mindset.
You don't want to touch tits?
I mean, she had a great set of tits. Great set. I was looking at them the whole night. She was wearing like this white little frilly.
Now I got a question.
Yeah.
That you get your input on this.
Yeah.
So when somebody says they're trans, okay, that doesn't necessarily mean that they've had the surgery.
No.
So what I want to say is that why would he say that he's trans when he still has a penis?
Well, trans.
Wouldn't you just be gay at that point because you didn't have the surgery? You didn't get a sex change. Wouldn't you just be? Basically, when we were back in the day, they used to just call them cross-dressers
or transvestites. Remember that word?
Or transvestites.
So yeah, I don't have all the answers, but I do know this.
Well, what do you think?
I know this is what I'm going to go with. This is what I'm hoping is the answer. Unless that person gets the surgery, right? I think on the physical side of it, they can actually pretend to call themselves a woman, with the exception that they cannot procreate that way. If you're trans, you could be in transit of something, which means your perpetuation towards that goal is intermediate, right? So you can just be like, well, I'm a trans. And you're like, okay, are you a trans with hey guys, what's up, G? Oh, my boy is on. What's up? Gary Malone. And then we have I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Wait, no. It says I don't give a fuck. It says I don't give a fuck. That's a great fucking.
If I gave a fuck.
Oh, if I gave a fuck,
I tell you.
Oh, it would have been cool if it said I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. My phone is mad far away and I don't have my reading glasses on, so I was trying to. But anyway, thanks for joining, guys. We're on the topic of dating in the 2023, dating, marriage, institution of marriage, and relationships. We're talking about at this point right now. If you guys, for those who just joined, I was telling them in my interim of being with my girlfriend currently, I went on a date, and unfortunately, I did not read the fine print, but I had gone on a date with a person who was changing their way of life, so to speak. It was a really interesting, it was a very cool experience. I will say this. But at the end of the day, that wasn't going to work for me. But so I think in transit, right? When you're in transit, you're involved, you're perpetuating towards the goal that you have. And you can say that. Now, again, if a man fully with the cross-dressing part down and looking at the part, and then they go and do the whole surgery, the chop and the tuck, I think at that point they would feel more confident to call themselves a woman. Not really, but I mean, they still can't procreate. So I would think that would just be, okay, well, I'm a female, right? Because there's a lot of arguments out there about what gives a person the right to call themselves a male or a female in this day and age, concerning all of the things, you know, and then all the tags, of course, that are out there, non-binary, you know, all those other kind of sexuals, pansexual, or I don't know what that means. At first, I thought that was just really a person that really loved things that you could cook on. I don't know. I wasn't really sure what that, you know, or maybe it had something to do with bread.
Things are really weird.
maybe it had something to do with bread. Pansexual. I'm pansexual. I love me some oatmeal bread. It's so delicious, you know. So I that's my guess on that. That's my guess. But yeah, I don't know. It's not a world that I'm a part of. And it's not I mean, if I ever come across that again in the future, if I don't work out with my girl and I ever have that situation, I'll be more prepared for it. But you know, I don't see myself. I mean, look, for worst case scenarios, if I ever broke up with my girl, she broke up with me, I would probably have a hard time adjusting, which is why I really try to stay true to my guns and try to be honest and really open with my girl, because I honestly don't want to go out there and date. I don't want to. I think it's fucking awful. I think it's a lot of fake people, and again, you have to ask all these questions, right? I don't know if people really even know what a good date is like or what a good relationship is like. As Gen Xers, I mean, we've gone through, I would say, at least 3 decades of dating and trying to find that person that you can connect with on a level that only you and that person could enjoy. And I thought I had that when I was married, and I did. You know, I really did have a great connection with said ex-wife, and unfortunately for that, I was the catalyst that catapulted a lot of the misery and deception and hateful and spitefulness of the relationship, and that's all my fault. I own up to that every day. But luckily, I was involved. Friendly with the girl that I'm with now to have created another relationship and a good one at that. I think it's a really good relationship. I love it. I love that I have that relationship now, because it's a scary world out there, and relationships don't always work out the way you want them to. I mean, there's relationships that ended because of nothing. Like just a person was like, yeah, I'm done. I'm okay.
Yeah, sometimes people just get tired of each other. It doesn't always have to be a specific, you know, incident.
And I admire
or something negative. Sometimes it's just, you know, it just ain't there anymore.
Yeah, and I admire the couples that stay together because they want to. Right? I don't admire the couples that stay together because they have to. A lot of it is because they do it for the children, and I see that. I get that. And for anyone who's out there married and they've thought of divorce, please don't be mad at me for that. All I'm saying is your kids will be okay. I mean, they're not going to see the both of you in the house together, but your kids will be fine as long as you appropriately co-parent the way two people who care about their children could co-parent. I mean, you don't have to live with that person. You're getting divorced because there's something about that person that you no longer find to be the light of your life, or even if it was a bad breakup or a bad divorce, like you can't be in the same house with that person. You got to get out of there. Oh, we're gonna co-parent. They're gonna live right here. No, dude, come on. Your kids are gonna be fine. be a good parent, visit them, make sure that they see you, give them love. They're going to be fine. Kids that were loved, kids that were really loved, really, really loved, turned out pretty okay. You know what I mean?
Dude, I don't remember when we were younger, even when we were younger, there was more kids whose parents were divorced than were together, and that was back, in the 80s.
Yeah, we had a lot of that going on. I mean, the Gen X era had a multitude of single parent homes, and children of divorced parents. I mean, the list goes on. I personally, if you ask me, and I'm not bitter. I'm not bitter at all. I promise everyone out there, I am not bitter at all. I don't think marriage is an institution that is going to last very long. And I don't think
it's already dying out.
I don't think it's
already dying out.
Yeah, I don't think it's for the 2023. I don't think it's for anyone. And I'll tell you why. Here are my reasons. Please chime in out there, who's ever joined. Chime in if you believe this, if you believe it to be true. I know that there are some people out there that are very successfully married. And I'm not talking about being together. Let's separate the definition a little bit. I'm talking about the institution of marriage, the wedding, the engagement party, the wedding, the reception, the signing of the papers from a lawyer, the church if you're a religious person, and then you have all this stuff. So now, being married, you have to make a couple decisions, right? You're saying, well, now do I ask for a prenup, right? Which I think if you're gonna be married, I don't care who the fuck you're marrying, get that shit, because I am a true believer that if you came in with something, you should not be allowed to leave with half of mine. Why? Because you signed a paper that said we're married. That is the biggest ripoff scam I've ever heard. Like, why are you, and why is it usually the person that makes because you make less, because I worked harder to get this money? Like, that's such bullshit. And to get into a marriage costs money, right? You gotta pay to get in, but you also have to pay a shit ton to get out. And you need a lawyer to read all of that fine print so that you don't get fucked in the ass with a sandpaper condom. You know what I mean? Like, you're like, fuck, man. So you're paying to get in, you're paying to get out. It's a long process to get out. And then it's potentially, if you didn't sign a prenup, you're going to be giving up a lot of shit, right? And now your kids are unhappy. I mean, look, here's my thoughts. That's my definition. Here's my thoughts. When I met my girl, I told her 3 things. And this makes me probably the least desirable guy in the world, right? 1 was, I told her I'm never getting married again. 2, I said I'm not having any children. And 3, and this one is bendable, but it's still pretty hard right now. Erect. I told her I probably will never move in with you. This could have destroyed any first date. This was the landmine war missile that will destroy any first date, right? But I laid it on her, and it was like a smooth spread of Skippy peanut butter, the light blue version, right? She was like, okay. And I was like, what? She's like, I'm okay with that. I'm like, wait, so you heard all 3, right? She was like, yeah. And I'm like,
let me repeat them for you.
I was like, are you sure?
Let's go over this again.
I was like, I said, my girl just chimed in. I mean, I do enjoy staying with her when I do, but man, you're just gonna be more of a reason to get on somebody's nerves, you know what I mean? But I digress. But yeah, those 3 things I said to her, right? And she was like all for it. It was quite the fireworks show in my head, because I was like, wow, yeah, man, that would not fly with like 75 to 80% of women. But
no, probably not. But at least that's respectable, man.
Listen, man, I threw
right up front. No bullshit.
I called all in on my pocket aces. You know what I'm saying? I was like, take that. But here's the thing: you don't have to marry somebody to enjoy them. You don't have to marry somebody to make it legal. Listen, I don't know how many states recognize domestic partnerships, but listen, man. If I'm gonna get bored of you in 20 years, which I hope does not happen because I'll be in my 60s. If I want to leave, I just want to leave. I don't want to sign anything. I don't want to give you anything. I don't want to talk to you anymore. I don't want to have a long, winded conversation over and over again during the process of divorce. I just want out. And I want to take what I came with and leave. Because nothing is perfect and nothing is guaranteed, right? Death and taxes, the only thing guaranteed. But yo, you don't know what's going to happen. You don't know if someone's going to cheat. You don't know if someone's going to get bored of you. You don't know if someone's going to get change their whole outlook on life. And who cares if you have kids? Those decisions are going to happen whether or not you have them or not. Excuse me. But yeah, like we all have to understand that it's not concrete. And it was at one time, but it's not anymore. And
no.
Shoot, I've seen very religious people get divorced. It's over, people. It's over.
There's people who who are in their 60s getting divorced after 30 years or better.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Damn. My ex-wife's parents were divorced. I would say 3/4 of the way into the relationship, they got divorced, and she got with a younger guy. And it was crazy, embarrassing, and really like hard to be an innocent bystander on. But it was crazy, and she was just like, "All right, I'm done with this." She's like, "I don't want to be with this guy anymore." And I was like, "Wow, what a turn!" I was like, "What a turn of events!"
Yeah, dude. I mean, one day somebody just wakes up and says, "I'm done." It's just
it could happen.
It goes.
It could happen anytime. And you know what, man? For lack of better explanation, it's expected. It should be expected. That if you're gonna wake up every day and say, "Yo, I got my girl or I got my man for life," you better think twice, because the unexpected will happen. And I'll tell you what, man. I'm gonna say this on live internet social media platform. I still get flirted with. I don't flirt back, although my personality does come off as a little flirtatious. But I'm happy where I am. I am completely comfortable. I do have a great girl, and I do not.
Yeah, you got a good chick, man. I could tell.
She does amazing things, not just for me, but for us. And I got to tell you.
That's what it's about too.
Yeah, it's
not just me.
It's not
mine.
Yeah,
it's about us, we. But.
And I will tell you, if a girl did approach me, and she was fucking Margot Robbie hot, I gotta tell you, as a lot of guys may boo me on this, and I hope you don't, because this is what a class act looks like. This is what a real dude looks like. I gotta tell you, it's not worth it. It's not worth it,
no.
and it's not. And honestly, I used to think that way. I used to be like, "Yo, let me hit this quick and be out." It's not worth it.
A few minutes of some action isn't worth losing.
No, and you know what? You, especially if you invest in that relationship, and I'm not talking with money. I'm talking with time. I'm talking with extracurricular activities, businesses. Social life, friends. If your investment is quality, then there's no reason that any piece of tail that looks good in a fucking a nice tight pair of yoga pants, if you're down with that, man, do your thing. But I've grown out of it.
Yeah.
I honestly, I kind of laugh in my head at women sometimes, the ones that approach me anyway, because I don't know. I'm nothing really special. I'm 5'5", maybe 5'6", depending on what sneakers I'm wearing. I'm a scruffy guy. I'm not clean shaven. I'm kind of a dirty boy. I don't know. I don't kind of a dirty boy. My girl calls me a dirty boy once in a while, because I'll get up and I'll be like, "Hey, let's go grab some coffee." She's like, "You're not gonna take a shower?" I'm like, "Not right now. I'm okay. I'm just going to grab some coffee." And I mean, maybe I won't shower for the day, but I'm not doing anything. What am I doing? I don't know. I shouldn't have said that, but whatever. But most of the time I'm clean.
You got to wash your hands before you leave the house.
Well,
Come on.
listen, I try to shower at night because I don't really like showering in the morning. I like to shower at night because I just feel like it's cleaner. You know, you're getting into your bed, you feel clean, all that stuff.
Yeah.
But listen, man, like it's really, relationships are hard. Dating is hard. Finding that special someone in your life is not as easy as they show in the cinematography format. If it was that easy, everyone would be wifed and hubbed up, but it's not like that. And to be fair, relationships are a lot of work, and if they aren't work, I'm happy to say that then you have a great relationship where nothing is strenuous. Now, you're not doing anything to create moments or feel good patterns. It's just authentic, right? You have that with that person. I feel that's what I have with my girl. We argue, we have a little tits and tats here and there, but realistically, I try to we try to resolve it within that time frame. And a lot of the time we'll have an argument in the car, and I know that ride's going to be some time. I'll just put my hand on hers and be like, all right, we good? And she usually says yes, because why keep it, floating above our heads? Why beat a dead horse? You know what I mean? So, yeah. And I know, Tommy, you were involved in, and we don't have too much time. We got about 7 minutes left, but you were involved in you said 11-year relationship, right?
Oh, 15.
15. Fuck, that's mine. 11 is mine, right? 15. And do you wanna talk about like what had happened or what transpired that's leaving you at this moment in your life single?
Well, I'm not going to get into it, but just certain things. People just have different outlooks and views of things, and sometimes I guess you just you grow apart.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And then you have you can have outside influences. There's just so many things that could take place. But yeah. I mean, like you said, you don't know what when it's going to be the last day. You don't know what tomorrow is going to bring.
It's kind of like
you just got to prepare yourself in the back of your mind.
It's kind of like death. You never know when it's coming.
Yeah, that's true.
But you know what, man?
True.
I'm gonna say this to you, buddy, because I love you so much. But like, you still look good for 45, brother. And I wouldn't.
44.
Whatever.
Don't give me an extra year, dude.
Wait, but you're 78, aren't you?
No, I'm 79.
You son of a bitch.
Man, you old fuck.
Yeah, well,
old ass.
Yeah. You're welcome, everyone. You know what though, dude? You're 44. You look good for your age. You got a lot of personality. You're a true dude. You're a real dude. That's what I like most about you. You're a real dude. And you're fucking
be, man.
And you're fucking smart as shit. You're smart as shit. And I'll tell you another thing, Dukes. If you don't start getting out there and trying to meet somebody, I know. I had my power percentage just popped up. If you're not getting out there, you really should, because you are a diamond in the rough, my friend. You're a diamond in the rough.
I appreciate that.
I do. And if I was gay, I'd be gay for you, but I'm not. So
I'm just I don't know. I'm just gonna lay back for a while, and because like we were saying, it's too crazy these days, man.
Yeah.
It's just you never know what you're gonna get. You never know. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You know what, man? Listen. It's important to know and to say that most people don't want to get it. They don't want to enter their twilight years, their senior citizen years alone. It's a dark world, and it's always nice to have someone to talk to. But I certainly look. My girl is she's I got some years on her, so not too much, but it's appropriate for her age. She's in her 30s and I'm in my 40s, and I'll tell you, I mean, as morbid as this sounds, I probably will die before her. And as much as that sucks that I will probably leave her, it's a sad moment, but also it's like, okay, she was there to take care of everything. She was there. And I know that's no one's going to be there for her unless it's somebody in her family that does it. But, as the older man, I'm always like, I seek comfort knowing that like she'll do right by me. She'll do what I put in my will. I don't want to be underground. I want to be cremated. I want to be spread over Huntington Beach. It's my favorite beach in the world. It's California for all you people who think Huntington Beach is here in New York. It's not.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I know she'll do right by me, and she can go on the rest of her life enjoying our memories together. But you know, nobody wants to be alone. Nobody wants to be alone, especially in their twilight years. And I fully support. Having that in your life, because I see people that live alone, people that never, either they went through a divorce or they just never met somebody, and they don't look happy. They don't look happy at all. They look.
No, it's not easy, especially when if you've lived with someone or been with somebody for a long time.
Yeah,
it's like you're starting all over. There's no other way to put it.
You ain't,
and you're not in your 20s anymore, so you're not going to go on fucking MySpace, and you know what I mean. Yeah. It's like,
did you just say MySpace?
Yeah, I said MySpace. You said
MySpace. Yo, MySpace was
back in the day.
Yo, dude, that's like, dude, what was before MySpace? It was like dude. There was one more. Do you know it?
No, they had. I mean, there were like other like dating websites.
Oh no, I'm talking about
social media thing.
There was one right before MySpace. I forget what it was.
Hot or Not? Was it Hot or Not?
No. I wish I had something like, because I'm using my phone as one of the platforms. I'll get back to you on that. There was one right before, but MySpace became the popular one, and it kind of won in the bidding war for popularity. But there was another one. I'm gonna get back to you on that. As Dukes and I will get back to you next week. Hopefully back on track on Tuesdays. But we will see you again next time on.
We'll continue this conversation.
We will continue it. Let me take us out with a little bit of music. Okay, that's not working. Here we go. Let's bring it back to the old school where people really enjoy. Oh no, why did that happen? What is going on in my world? Oh, yeah. There we go. There it is. And we will see you next Tuesday or Wednesday with some continuation of this. And just so you all know, the people who are out there that follow Dukes and Chavez on No Running in the Halls Talking Shit edition, tomorrow the show for No Running in the Halls DOE edition will be postponed to a later date. I have a prior engagement to attend, so if you are on and listening, please stay tuned for an updated Thursday DOE edition. And from Dukes and me, we want to wish you all a wonderful night. Keep the positive vibes up. Be good to each other. That's all I ask. Just be good to each other.
That's it, man.
Let somebody in on the lane that's coming in on the highway. Just let them in. It's not a big deal.
Open the door for somebody.
Listen, someone behind you's got 4 grocery items and you got 17. Let them go. Let them go.
Yeah.
Spread it, baby. All right, Tommy Dukes, I love you. And I will see you. I'll hit you up on a text in a little bit, maybe tonight or tomorrow. Right, B? All right, everybody out there in internet land, good night. Good night.
To the hip. You know, work it out, baby. Welcome to the boogity bang bang, the boogity beat.